Working out what your data is worth is a complex process, but at a high level, there are 3 key factors that need to be considered. The first relates to understanding the quality of your data. Quality includes 3 sub-factors. First, the technical nature of the data and how it stacks up against a series of criteria, such as relevancy, accuracy, consistency, and a variety of other factors. Second are legal factors associated with the data, such as whether the company is actually entitled to use data X for purpose Q. And third, companies need to understand risk factors associated with the data, including items such as reputational risks. For example, management should ask, what will our customers say when they find out that we've been using their data in this way? Will they be upset? Will we have our Facebook or Cambridge Analytica moment? Once you understand the data quality, it is then time to build the business case around utilizing that data as an asset. This will involve the company analyzing how much economic value it can create from each specific end-use case for that data. This process should take into account both the potential revenue that will be generated, along with both the internal and external costs and risks associated with the monetization of that data. Lastly, companies need to look at what potential strategic and cost synergies exist between the different end use cases. Any one dataset will typically have multiple end use cases associated with it, and it is not uncommon to find synergies between different end use cases. For example, if company A develops the data for end use case 1, that data might be able to be used for end use case 2. In this case, synergies would be able to be achieved from a cost perspective, potentially making the business case for monetizing the data across these 2 scenarios more attractive. When companies take time to methodically evaluate the quality of their data, the business cases for each data set, and the synergies between each business case, then and only then can management teams start to build an accurate and robust picture of what an overall set of data is worth. As a textbook case of how this works in practice, we were recently engaged by a client who owns multiple shopping malls. The client had identified that its malls generated multiple different types of data. It had also correctly identified that this data had the potential to be monetized, but it A, did not know where to start with the monetization process, and B, had no idea how much the data could be worth, and therefore whether it was worth starting the monetization initiative in the first place. We were called in to help the client solve these problems. First, we identified exactly what data was available, and then we identified all the different end use cases for the different data sets. In this case, there were 19 different end use cases. We then evaluated the quality of the data, along with the technical, legal, and reputational risks relating to each end use case. For each of the different end use cases, we built a business case, including forecasting how much revenue or value could potentially be generated, along with the costs and risks associated with each use case. As you would expect, and hope if you were doing this properly, some of the end use cases simply didn't stack up from a business perspective. In determining this, we were able to sweep those scenarios to one side and take that revenue and the costs of monetizing that data off the table. On the flip side, there were several business cases that showed significant potential. Last, we focused on identifying potential synergies between different end use cases. When we put all this information together, we were able to provide the client's management team with a detailed report of the investment required, the likely payback, the potential risks and benefits, the risk-adjusted return, and critically, evaluation of what the entire data set was worth. It left management in a far better position to evaluate if and how they proceeded with the data monetization initiative, and provided the information they needed to talk to capital providers and investors about the financial implications of these initiatives.